started. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you all for coming out to the Wright Park ribbon cutting ceremony. My name is Rebecca Yanis, and I'm the Director of Planning and Development for the City of Dunkirk. On behalf of Mayor Rosas, the City Council, and the City of Dunkirk, I want to welcome everyone to Wright Park. 4 months ago, on a cold April day, we celebrated the groundbreaking here at Wright Park. And today, I'm happy to celebrate the project's completion with a ribbon cutting ceremony. These improvements to Wright Park allow for all age groups to enjoy the new activities at our splash pad, the pickleball courts, futsal courts, basketball courts, and additional amenities provided at our new pavilion. The park will be able to be utilized year-round due to its ability to flood the activity court and use it for ice skating rinks. I want to welcome and acknowledge the presence of some of those that are with us today. Please join me in welcoming our local news groups, as well as Lynn Marinelli, Director of Intergovernmental Affairs from New York State Empire State Development, Bob Bankowski, our Chautauqua County Legislator, District 2, and other city elected officials, such as Councilman Don Williams and Mike Stiviletto. We also want to acknowledge and thank our Governor and County Executive George Borrello for all their support. I'd also like to acknowledge all of our councilmen, Don Williams, Marty Bamanto, Mike Stiviletto, Sean Heenan, and Andy Wallison for their tremendous support. Before I invite our guest speakers to say a few words, I'd like to acknowledge the funding sources that help make this project a reality. This project is a great example of leveraging funding in order to see a project through to implementation. Our main funders include New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation for approximately $450,000 towards the overall project costs. I'd also like to acknowledge the U.S. Housing and Urban Development Department for allowing CDBG funds to be used for upgrades to the pavilion and basketball courts. The City of Dunkirk, who funded 25% of the project costs through cash and in-kind services. And lastly, a special thanks to the Dunkirk Fredonia Rotary Club for their donation of $20,000 towards our splash pad. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mayor Rosas to say a few words.
Thank you. I would also like to welcome everyone here for this exciting ribbon cutting ceremony. We have to give credit to our governor, the Honorable Andrew Cuomo, who has been really paying attention here to Western New York, Northern Chautauqua County, and in particular the city of Dunkirk. The funding with New York State Parks was the brunt of the funds that we used for this year. I'd also like to mention that the Dunkirk Fredonia Rotary made a generous donation of $20,000 as we had to match the amount, so we thank them as well. But I also want to acknowledge the hard work and effort of our Director of Planning and Development, Rebecca Yanis, and our development team. It is through their hard effort that we are accomplishing the things that we're doing here in the city of Dunkirk. We are revitalizing our waterfront, and the two parks here, the Point and Wright Park, are just part of the progress that we're making here. This project here is very exciting. It has the splash pad is one of the most exciting things that have happened here in the county. I believe it's the only one in the county. I had Mayor Teresi here from Jamestown who had to come over and look at it. He says he's been receiving many calls why he does not have one out there. So I think we're going to have more splash pads in the county. But just as importantly, I want to mention that the effort that we put together as a team is the outcome of what you're seeing here today. We have pickleball courts here. Pickleball, I'm being told, is the fastest growing sport in the nation here. And I myself was out here playing and participating with some of the players here about a couple of weeks ago, and I think I'm going to take this game up. But if you haven't seen the courts, please come on out, take a tour here, check out the courts. They look really nice. Our basketball courts were also done, and they look really nice as well. So thank you again for coming, and again, please make sure that you take a tour. Thank you.
Mayor, I'd just like to invite Lynn Marinelli from ESC to say a few words as well.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Labor Day. I'll take the sunglasses off. I wanted to thank everyone for your efforts. I see the revitalized Dunkirk, who did the gardens right behind us, and the pickleball players. Mayor, did you win the game? Well, you're going to have to be practicing. I'm also here on behalf of my colleague Lori Cornell, who's the governor's regional representative. And Governor Andrew Cuomo, Governor Kathy Hochul have spent some time here in Dunkirk because they are Mayor Rosas and all the leadership and work you've been putting in. It wasn't that long ago we had announced a smart growth grant that the mayor and the development department was very successful getting for Dunkirk. So it's a true pleasure to be here to represent New York State and the executive branch here, especially the investments, when we can see all the investments that have taken place. And like the mayor, New York State Parks money is $449,620 of investment, but that kind of investment pays dividends. It pays dividends for quality of life for a community, for people who want to come here and recreate here. And Mayor, Rebecca had told me earlier that the fellow who runs the stand has seen a great in customers just from this already. So again, it ripples out with the economic impact. It's great for the recreation, but it does help for our economy as well. So with that, I hope everyone has a wonderful and safe and enjoyable holiday weekend. We thank you so much for the hard work you're putting into making this community so beautiful and wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. At this time, I'd like to ask Bob Bankowski, our Chautauqua County Legislator, District 2, to come up and say a few words on behalf of himself and our county executive.
Like Rebecca said, we were back here in April. And it was pretty windy and cold that day when we broke ground, and it's so nice today that you don't have to shovel sunshine and enjoy the wonderful weather. But this amenities is not just for people from Dunkirk. We've had people down here from Silver Creek and Forestville and all over this end of the county has been out here to enjoy these amenities that that we put together, and it's just a great thing that people are coming to the Dunkirk's waterfront to enjoy these things. And back in I wouldn't even say April, it was even before then. It was in the spring. Gary Maroka, who's a big pickleballer, I saw him somewhere. Oh, there he is. Gary came over to my house one day and he says, Bob, he goes, we got to talk about pickleball. And I go, what are you talking about, Gary? And he explained the game, and I told him I wasn't old enough yet to play, and he told me that I was wrong. But I took his thoughts and his inputs, and I really didn't realize how big pickleball is. And these were all in discussions back when I was the DPW director, and we spent time with Rebecca and Randy, who was the engineer at the time. And I said, hey, we got to really look into this pickleball thing. And obviously, it's come to fruition, and it's just beautiful down here. And I see everyone enjoying it. And a lot of gamers are here today with their paddles and stuff like that. And there were some games going on, so it's just great to see all this stuff going on. And just like again, commend Rebecca for all her hard work in the development department, and Mayor Rosas for spearheading this project all together. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to read a memento that was sent to us from Congressman Tom Reed's office. Unfortunately, he can't be with us today, but Katrina Fuller, his representative, sent me a proclamation. This certificate of special congressional recognition presented to the city of Dunkirk in recognition of its grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony, in honor of the improvements at Wright Park, including a splash pad, improvements in recreational facilities, and the renovated Lakeside Pavilion. Let's give a round of applause. Lastly, I'd like to welcome Mike Stiviletto to say a few words.
How's everybody today? Wonderful. All right. Yeah, this is definitely a lot better than last time I was here. I was in a big, huge, big, huge jacket that, yeah, that everyone calls me Nanook in because I look like I'm from Alaska when I wear that thing. But this is fantastic. I'm also representing the Dunkirk Fredonia Rotary Club, who donated $20,000, and we are very excited at the club to do things for the community that help out the children and the rest of the community. We're very excited to do anything we can for the community, and this was a project that took a couple of years, and we're very excited that it's come to fruition. I want to thank myself as a councilman. I want to thank the council and the mayor and Rebecca. The mayor and Rebecca, when I first got here about 6 years ago, that this wasn't going to happen. It was part of the seawall. It was part of that grant, and it had fallen to the wayside. It wasn't going to be done. And when the mayor came into the administration, he made it one of the things that he wanted to do and bring back to our projects. And he went, and Rebecca went to Grand Island, and they went to Buffalo, they went to Albany, and they asked for these things to get these going again. And it happened. And all it takes is a little bit of work and a little bit of, a little bit of want, and we can get these things done. I also want to thank Mr. Doles, who fixed up the beach hut, along with the stuff that we did to it, putting on the tin roof, and he painted on the inside at the restaurant part, and took out all of his materials and cleaned it and painted everything, and it's gorgeous now. And I want to thank him for being so patient with us too, because it did take, we opened it a little longer, or a little after we thought we were going to open it. So he's been a great help to this whole project. And I'm just happy that this is all coming together. We've had people from all over the country, people that come to visit their grandparents, come to visit, and they say that this is the best thing because now they've got a place to bring their kids for a weekend or for a week, and they're having a great time. So thank you very much.
Like Lynn and Mike just said, this project has created a positive impact on not only our community, but it's given a local business the opportunity to improve his service and create more jobs in our community. John Doles' business has went from 10 seasonal employees to 16 seasonal employees that were all local and high school and college students. Thank you, John, for your continued service and the drinks that you've provided at today's event. Let's give John a round of applause. Improving our parks not only is a benefit to our local residents, but it's also a major draw for tourism, new business, and new residents that are looking to move to the area. And Mayor Rosas is committed to continuing to build our major assets, and we are already in the process for applying for additional funding to continue to improve these parks. Through the Chautauqua County Health Network, we were awarded funding to do a crosswalk project from Wright Park Beach towards these activity courts so that it's safer going from this side to the beach over here. And then we're also pursuing additional funds through a CFA application that we put in this past year to develop a large inclusive playground area here at Wright Park. Unfortunately, we had a lot of great plans for this project, but we had to leave out a few because of costs, and a playground was one of those big things that we want to still implement. So we went after those funds, and hopefully this December we'll find out if we're awarded those funds. And we continue to look at other avenues for funding to better connect our communities to these parks and our waterfront areas. Lastly, I'd like to close the ceremony by thanking my staff, specifically E.J. Hayes, Matt Burke, Hector Rosas, Robert Rosas, and the DPW staff, Director Randy Woodbury, Andy Bowen, Mike Probition, Russ Tennemore, and everyone else that has worked on this project in City Hall. Also, a big thanks goes out to our consultants, Barton and LaJudas, Titan Development, and Ciencio Plumbing for designing and constructing this project. And I'd like to ask everyone today to please join us for a little tour of the improvements and to get in on our ribbon cutting picture. So let's give a round of applause for everyone that's been a part of this project. And thank you so much for coming out today. That concludes the ceremony. We'll be ribbon cutting right here, yes. Thank you.
Well, come on in.
And they are I-N-E-L-L-I. And I know. And again, like I said, I'm also representing my colleague who's the governor's regional representative here, Lori Cornell. Everyone knows Lori.
Sure. Who else wants to get in the picture? Who wants to get in the picture? So I can take a picture. No, I'm going to take the picture. All right, you guys smile, will you? Hit the lottery. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Good job. Everyone is invited to take a tour, to check out the splash pad, as well as the pickleball courts.
Hi, I'm Vicki Wessling. I'm the mayor's executive assistant, and you play pickleball.
I do.
Tell me your name.
Rita Maroka.
And Rita, are you from Dunkirk?
We're from Dunkirk. We learned it in Florida, and we brought it back here.
That's awesome. And so now you're going to play pickleball. Are you on is there a club, a group?
There is a Northern Chautauqua Pickleball Club, yes. But you can play here. Anyone can play. You don't have to be a member of the club.
Okay, so you just get a group together and you come out and play.
Yes. It only takes 4 people.
Okay, so now what are the rules? How do you learn to play pickleball?
You come down on a Monday or Wednesday, and we'll teach you.
Oh, is there any age limit?
No, they teach it in the middle school here. So my grandkids all play.
And the pickleball paddles would be?
Pickleball paddles are available here. They're at the beach house. We have 8 of them here, so anyone can play anytime.
That is awesome. Good for you. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. You going to go play a game?
I think we're actually going to be leaving. Our grandson's waiting for us. But yeah, it's fun. Come and play with us.
Well, all right. I'll get the day off and we'll play pickleball.
Come in the evening.
Okay. My name's Vicki Wessling. I'm Mayor Rosa's executive assistant. So you obviously play pickleball. This is your very own paddle?
This is my paddle. Yes, it is. Paddles range from $5 right on up to $200. This is $125.
Wow. So what makes it so special?
It's all composite solid. It doesn't have a border, edge guard they call it. And it's just a little different design for a little more aggressive play, let's say.
So here, I'll give this back to you.
Sure.
So pickleball has now become a sport that, just like whether it's golf or baseball or whatever, you have the more proficient you become, the more expensive the gear, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we've done very well in the area. We started about 3 years ago. Actually, AJ there let us have the courts on Tenney and Townsend, and we redid those, pulled the weeds out, and we started there. And now we're our club. We actually have an official club, NCP, Northern Chautauqua Pickleball, and membership is now about 125. And then as far as players in the area, we've had about 220 some come, learn, and play. There are a few, liked it and stayed, and few, checked it out, and that's good, but they decided maybe not for me. But it's great sports. It's the fastest growing sport in the U.S. It's a USA sport, originated in Bainbridge Island off of the state of Washington in 1965.
Wow, that long. And so now we're just now getting in here. Now, what is your name?
Gary Maroka.
And Gary, are you from this Dunkirk?
I am. I'm a resident of Dunkirk since '73.
Well, now, so how long have you been playing?
It's about a little over 3 years. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I'm an ambassador for Dunkirk for USAPA, USA Pickleball Association.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. You look like you'd be a good ambassador for the city of Dunkirk.
Well, thank you. It's really fun. My wife and I play it together, and it's a wonderful way to get exercise and a wonderful social atmosphere as well.
Well, thank you. I might have to take up the sport.
Okay, great. Monday and Wednesday, come on down at 6 o'clock, and we'll teach you.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're at the splash pad. Come on, you cowards. Come on. Come on out.
I'll do it. Tell me when.
All right, this is a splash pad for little kids or little kids at heart. And we have a lot of little kids over here who don't want to play. But this is great. So where are children? Come on. Come on. Come on, we have some takers. Come on. Tell me, what is your name?
Dante.
Dante. How old are you, Dante?
12.
12. And what is your name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. How old are you?
5.
5. I want to be 5. I want to be 5. What is your name?
Josiah.
Josiah. How old are you?
6.
Come on, let's play. Come on. Now this is awesome. Jamestown can eat their heart out.
Another one's coming. You got a little one.
We have another one. Tell me if am I on now? Okay, are my microphones on? Okay. Hello, what is your name?
Lydia.
Lydia, how old are you?
3.
3. How many fingers is 3? Can you show me how many fingers? That's pretty good. Are you ready to go on the splash pad? Okay, go show those boys what for. Go ahead.
Come on, Lydia. Gentlemen, come on.
You're not going to jump in? What is your name?
I'm named Darwin.
Darwin, how old are you?
He's 5. 5.
You're 5? You don't want to get wet? I'll get wet with you. Come on. Okay, come on. You ready?
Yeah.
You are? I do. Well, we'll try not to get the microphone. Okay. What do you think? Okay. Well, this is no, I'm not going to do a run through. Well, this is our splash pad, so you guys come on down. Thank you.
We're going to get out there, Mark.
Hey guys, you know who this is, right? No, the mayor. The mayor.
I barely know anyone else.
Oh, come on, Mike.
I'll go. Right here! Go! Get him! Get him! Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I got it.
Really?
Good
Yeah,
job.
you went.
Good sport.